Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. We have a lot happening around the tri-state today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So new, we have a Henderson man charged in a deadly street racing crash has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now, the county clerk says 21-year-old Corbin Candler was sentenced yesterday after reaching a plea agreement at the end of December. Candler faced a murder charge, but officials say it was amended to first-degree wanton endangerment.
In May of 2024, Henderson police say that Candler was street racing when he caused the crash that killed 46-year-old Kelly Green. 4 other people were also hurt. Now, that is just into our newsroom. Of course, we'll have more on that tonight on 14 News.
For our next headline, something that is often a topic of conversation around these colder months of the year, CenterPoint Energy just launched a new program to help customers lower their utility bills. Now, it's called Home Repair and Care. The company collaborated with local nonprofit Community One for the program.
Yeah, the goal is to help homeowners make energy-efficient improvements to save them money over time. The program will pay for some major pricey improvements, too, like fixing roofs, windows, and replacing heating and cooling units. To be eligible for the program, you must own and live in your home, and you must be a CenterPoint customer in southwestern Indiana, and your household income must meet certain requirements. So we do have the application link on our website, 14news.com.
Now we have another update for you. Now this one on the medical marijuana dispensary in Beaver Dam, which is expecting to reopen on Friday. A message on the Post's website says it will be open from 10 a.m. to 6 every day. Now, the store closed right before Christmas because we're told that they sold out of product. What an opening for the Post.
Absolutely, yeah. Just I think a few hours they pretty much had to close right after they opened. So so far a success there in Ohio County, and they're going to open back up again.
Now for our final headline, as work continues on Interstate 69, officials say tolls could be added to the new Ohio River crossing. The Kentucky Public Transportation Infrastructure Authority says they're creating a new group to discuss tolling with transportation representatives from Indiana and Kentucky. Officials say only the new I-69 bridge would be tolled.
Now, we do know there will be some changes to road names in the area, so let's show you what those changes are. We have them sort of laid out here for you. We're told that a part of Highway 41 will be renamed Kentucky Route 2341. Across the river, part of it will become Indiana Route 141. These changes mean that both states will take it out of the national truck network. Henderson County Judge Executive Brad Schneider says that this could be the key to keeping both twin bridges open, but right now the plan is to shut down the southbound Twin Bridge. Officials say a contract for the new bridge will be awarded by the end of the year, and construction will start next spring. Of course, that whole project is expected to take still quite some time to complete. It should be done by 2031. So a lot of changes there, but I say this all the time. I'm so excited for this project to be done. I think it's going to be so beneficial.
You know, and we know that the timeline here is broad, but you drive through that area and it does seem like things are taking shape.
It changes every day. I mean, they're moving fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if 2031 actually, if it got bumped up, for the completion date. So fingers crossed.
There we
Especially
go.
for the girl that drives from Kentucky. Fingers crossed.
Every day. My goodness. Well, that is going to round things out for news today. Of course, we've got a lot more going on. Be sure to check back in with us tonight, 14 News 4, 5, 6, and 10. But oh, wait, there's more.
That's right. Meteorologist Arden Gregory will be right back with a look at your 14 First Alert forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory, and this is a live look at the Evansville riverfront. Partly to mostly cloudy skies overhead. We do have some sun managing to break through there, though. And look at the flags just snapping in the wind there. It is another breezy day across the tri-state. Yesterday, the sunshine and that southwesterly breeze pushed us into the upper 40s. Today, climbing even higher. We're into the mid to upper 50s, but there are big changes on the way. A cold front is going to bring us rain tonight, and then behind that cold front, tomorrow will also be breezy, but it's going to have the opposite effect. Today, the winds are coming from the south, pulling warmer air into the region. Tomorrow, those winds are coming from the north, pulling colder air into the tri-state, and so tomorrow it'll get gradually colder as the day goes on. Looking ahead, Friday and Saturday is sort of the next big weather event. I don't know if big is the right word to use, though. We may get a few spotty showers and maybe some snowflakes, but as of right now, snow accumulation looks pretty minor. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a second. Let's start with what's going to happen tonight, though. Right now, we have mostly cloudy skies over the tri-state. There are bits of sunshine breaking through, though. Moving forward, those clouds are really going to thicken up as we get into this evening, out ahead of the rain that's going to move in from the northwest. Now, we are not expecting any heavy rain or thunderstorms. This is just going to be very light, scattered rain showers after about 7 o'clock tonight through the overnight hours and then into very early Wednesday morning. So again, just a nice light rain overnight while most folks will be sleeping. By early Wednesday morning, most of that rain will start to move out, but not all of it. Some isolated showers will still linger kind of on the back side of this, on and off through the first half of the day on Wednesday. But really, after about 5 or 6 a.m., most of Wednesday is going to be dry. I will say any spotty showers that are hanging around into Wednesday, keep in mind that temperatures are going to be dropping. It will get gradually colder as the day goes on. So some of the models are hinting that we could maybe get a few snowflakes mixing in with those rain showers on Wednesday, but I really think that by the time it's cold enough to snow, the showers are going to be out of here. We then see clearing skies as we get into Wednesday night, but man, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, it is going to be cold out there. Not cold out there right now, though. Temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 50s. We've even got some 60s on the board now. It's 60 in Newburgh, 61 in Mount Vernon, Madisonville and Dundee at 62. It's 58 right now in Evansville and Owensboro. And again, the peaks of sun we've gotten today have certainly helped that, but the main driver of our weather is the wind. We have this strong wind coming in from the southwest around 10 to 20 miles an hour today. We have had gusts upwards of 25 to even 30 miles an hour. So that is warm southerly air just pumping into the tri-state today. And that's what has pushed us into these mid to upper 50s and even lower 60s in some locations. But over the next hour or two, this is really our high for the day. This is the warmest part of the day. We may tack on another degree or two from where we're at right now, but by 3, 4 o'clock at the latest, we're going to be at our peak for the day, and it's all downhill from there. Our temperatures gradually fall back through the 50s this evening. That rain moving in later this evening into the overnight hours, and by the end of the night tonight, our temperatures will eventually bottom out in the low to mid 40s. So overnight, scattered rain, cloudy, still breezy with that southwesterly wind, not quite as strong as it's been during the day today, but still a good strong breeze coming in from the southwest. Temperatures are only going to fall back into the low to mid 40s. For an overnight low in January, that's really pretty warm. Our normal highs this time of year are in the low 40s, and that's going to be tonight's low. The problem is it's also tomorrow's high. At about 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, right around sunrise, we will simultaneously be in the coldest part of the night and the warmest part of the day because our temperatures are just going to keep trending down. Wednesday, that high in the low to mid 40s is going to be at sunrise. It's going to then fall back through the 40s and then into the 30s as we go through the day on Wednesday. So by Wednesday afternoon, it will not be 44 degrees. We'll probably be down closer to freezing by then, as the winds will still be gusting closer to 20 to 30 miles an hour, but they'll be coming from the northwest instead of the southwest. So that's pulling that cold air into the tri-state. Now let's talk about that snow potential, right? I had teased ahead that we could maybe see a few snowflakes Friday and Saturday, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much. So let's take a closer look at that. I already talked about the cold front moving through tonight. That brings us rain overnight and then colder weather Wednesday, and those cold temperatures hang around into Thursday too. Then as all of that starts to move out, our wind direction shifts again. We see a brief warm up back into the 40s on Friday, but notice another low pressure system and cold front swinging through. I really think that most of this is going to stay north of the tri-state. We're right on the southern edge of this where we could just kind of get clipped by the tail end of this weather system. So we could get a mix of rain and snow showers, very light, very spotty, but a mix of rain and snow on Friday. And then as that cold front moves through and colder air takes over, I do think anything we see on Saturday would probably be all snow. But again, we're talking very light, very isolated. This isn't going to be some sort of widespread blanketing snowstorm. This would be, a few spotty snowflakes here or there. And then all of this clears out of here as we get into Sunday. So I know a lot of snow lovers have been disappointed in how much snow we have had so far this winter. We are running behind. We've only had a couple inches of snow all winter long. Typically, by this point in the year, we would have had closer to 4 inches. So we've had about half as much snow as what would be considered average so far this winter. We've had a lot of days with highs in the 60s, and fans of winter are disappointed so far. Unfortunately, I don't have great news for you moving forward, though. Those snow showers Friday, Saturday, one model puts us at picking up just 1/10 of an inch of snow both days combined. So, I mean, that's a dusting, barely. This is a different model. It's leaning a little more into that snow, but still only showing about 1/2 inch. So the upper end of the range is 1/2 inch of snow. The lower end of the range is barely a dusting. So we may get some snowflakes Friday, Saturday. We could even get some very minor accumulation. But again, I think it would be minor at that. A dusting, a 1/4 of an inch or so would probably be a pretty good bet. And that's assuming this whole thing doesn't shift to the north and the snow chances don't go away completely, which is still possible. Like I said, we're kind of at the tail end of this. So if that system shifts north a few miles, it could get pulled out of the tri-state completely. So we'll keep an eye on it. We do have that rain tonight into tomorrow. Again, tonight's low and tomorrow's high, same temperature. Once our temperatures start dropping tonight, they just keep dropping through the night and throughout the day. By Wednesday night, lows are going to be in the teens. Thursday, mostly sunny, but a high only around 30 due to that cold air that's still going to be in place. Wind direction shifts a little bit on Friday, pushing us back into the lower 40s. That's why Friday could be a mix of rain and snow showers, depending on exactly what time it happens. And then colder air takes over Saturday. We could get some light spotty snow showers Saturday, but again, Friday, Saturday combined, we're probably looking at 1/2 inch of snow or less. Then that colder air sticks with us into Sunday. Again, we're looking at lows in the teens, highs in the upper 20s to low 30s through the weekend and into the start of next week. Looking at the extended outlook then for Tuesday, January 21st, or no, that'd be Wednesday, January 21st, up through the middle of next week is the point. Middle to end of next week. The general outlook is near average temperatures, so while it will be very cold to start next week, I think we'll start to warm up again by the middle and second half of next week. The precipitation outlook does show above average precipitation though. So while right now it looks like we will be dry from Sunday through MLK Day, a lot of you do have a 3-day weekend here. A lot of places, schools and whatnot may be closed on MLK, so double check that. And then as we get into Tuesday, those temperatures start to gradually warm back up, and I think we'll be back closer to normal up into the 40s by middle and end of next week. But it does look like we may have another weather system coming in, bringing us more rain chances by the end of next week. So that's something we will continue to monitor. All right, I'm not seeing any questions in the comments today, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Jeff will have an updated look at your forecast tonight at 4, 5, and 6, and you can catch his streaming show tonight at 9. So if you do have any weather questions, tune in tonight at 9, and Jeff can answer those for you then. Have a great rest of your day.